Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome to another CRPG News Roundup, this time for August 30th, 2025, where each week I take a look back at the week in computer and console role-playing games and bring you the highlights. And wow, it is the end of summer already. It's like I blinked and the entire summer passed. Anyway, it looks like Hoyoverse is getting a new game coming up called Honkai Nexus Anima. It'll be a creature collecting adventure strategy game for mobile platforms. Not sure how much of an RPG element it may have, but it is related to other Honkai games, so I guess there's that. It will apparently be undergoing a beta test with registration lasting through September 12th. Lost in the Open is set for early access on PC on September 26th. It'll be a tactical RPG where you have survived an assassination attempt and are now fleeing through no man's land in a low fantasy world. It looks like it'll have roguelike elements. I think I looked at this at least a year ago. Anyway, it's finally in early access. Lost Eidolons, A Veil of the Witch, will hit on October 9th. It'll be a roguelike tactical RPG set in the same world as Lost Eidolons. The Lonesome Guild is set for October 23rd. For the PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X/S, it'll be an action RPG where you play a ghost that can gather a party of up to 6 to stop a creeping mist from taking over the world. Duet Night Abyss is also set for October 28th and will be an adventure fantasy RPG with multiple weapon loadouts available, sort of like Warframe, I guess, I've heard. Anyway. Starlight Legacy is going to get a physical release. This turn-based RPG will be getting its physical edition on November 7th for the PS5 and the Switch. Demon School was delayed yet again. It looks like it now will be set for November 19th, so not that much of a delay. It looks like this was done to keep it out of interfering with other games that would likely overshadow it, specifically Hollow Knight Silksong, which will be coming out the day after this was set to come out originally. So, fair due. Entropy will be a tactical turn-based RPG inspired by classic JRPGs with a late 90s late 90s video game style aesthetic. It is set for the PC sometime next year. Dust and Rain will be a post-apocalyptic RPG announced, although a release window has not been set yet. It looks like it'll be an overhead view style action RPG. Ys Memoir, Revelations in Calcutta, is getting a Western release sometime early next year. It's a remaster of the action RPG Ys Memories of Calcutta. Is it Ys or Yes? Ys, I guess. It'll target the Nintendo Switch exclusively. As far as actual releases go, Lost Soul Aside is an action hack-and-slash RPG for PC and PS5, where you are looking to rescue your younger sister from dimensional invaders. Legends of Amberland 2 saw its Switch release. It has been available on the PC for a couple of years now. Varlet is a school-based JRPG where you deal with other students when strange things begin to happen. Quartet is a more classic JRPG with 90s-style retro graphics involving 4 stories that can be played in any order but eventually come together. Mortal Sin is a first-person action dungeon crawler with roguelike elements where you explore a procedurally generated world with hack-and-slash combat. I'd criticize all these roguelike elements coming up in these things, but honestly, I know a lot of people hate them, but I actually kind of like them, so there's that. Radix Chronicles is a tactical JRPG with inspiration from SNES era titles and early PS1 era titles. And the way it's presented, it's like in a vertical sort of portrait mode. It makes me think it's a mobile transfer, especially with the simplified interactivity, but that does mean it is playable in quick sessions, which I know some people enjoy. A Dog Story is a JRPG roguelike where you follow the spirit of a dog who has lingered on Earth to say goodbye to its master, and I guess things start to get in the way. RPG developer Backen is not so much an RPG in itself, but is an RPG construction kit using 3D with 2D sprite style. I guess they call it HD 2D or whatever nowadays. So you can make your own RPGs with it. Death End Request, Code Z, is a side story JRPG in the Death End Request world, but this time with some roguelike mechanics. It looks sort of like a mystery dungeon kind of thing, but that just may be what I was looking at. Starlight Revolver is a co-op action RPG in early access set in an anime-inspired social world. Unpredictable Star is a strategy RPG where you protect your base, manage the cafe within, and recruit new characters while you face off with various battles. And finally, there's a Drawd RPG 2, A Courageous Rescue, which is a roguelike dungeon crawler based on Drawd, which is very puzzle-heavy, I think, where you try to go through maze-like levels, deal with monsters, gather loot, etc. And now let's take a look at crowdfunding campaigns. Remember that contributing to a crowdfunding campaign should be done only at your own risk. Doing so is no guarantee of receiving a product. Mentioned here is not an endorsement, but is for informational purposes only, and only one really caught my eye this time. Dungeons Deep, it'll be a fantasy action RPG with a sort of old school brutality and seemingly roguelike elements, again. Influenced by things like Diablo, but first person, like Die by the Sword, or I think it's like third person. Anyway, there is a demo available on Steam, so you can wishlist it there. And on that note, I'm going to wrap things up here. This has been relatively short, I know, but hey, some weeks are short. This has been the CRPG News Roundup for August 30th, 2025. As always, links will be below. If you like what you've seen, remember to leave a like, comment, any feedback, and subscribe for more RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye.
And if you are still watching, I would like to take the opportunity to thank my supporters, the top tiers of which are listed on the screen, without whose support I would not have been able to offer the variety of content that I have on this channel throughout the years. If you're feeling particularly generous and would like to join them, you can support the channel. There are a variety of options to do so. I have a Patreon, a Subscribestar, as well as channel memberships enabled. If you are not in a position to contribute, simply leaving a like, a comment, or sharing my videos are all wonderful ways to help the channel grow without spending a dime, and are all greatly appreciated.